Welcome back to the next episode of Lone Star College Football. We have our week 2 Lone Star poll. We have sat down, we've looked at the games, we've looked at the wins and losses, we considered the AP poll and what they have put together for us. And me and Logan individually have sat down and talked about, we haven't talked yet, what our poll is going to look like. With that being said, Logan, why don't you open us up? Go ahead and give me your number 1 through number 5.
All right, so I got Georgia, Bama, Michigan, Ohio State, and Clemson. Now, it's the same top 5 the AP poll has. It's just mixed up a little bit in a couple different spots. But I picked Georgia. Georgia had a more convincing win to me than Alabama did because Georgia played number 11 Oregon and completely crapped on them. Like, Bo Nix couldn't do anything. That whole offense couldn't do anything. I forgot who Bama played off the top of my head at the moment. It wasn't anybody good.
Bama.
And I think it was like
It was a nobody.
It was 55-0. I don't know if their backup came in either. Did Bryce Young play that whole game?
Nobody. I doubt it.
But yeah, Michigan, Ohio State. I was a little bit more impressed with Michigan, just a little bit. Ohio State, they played good, but Michigan just impressed me just a little bit more. And then Clemson, I think Clemson just. I don't remember what I had them first week. Clemson's solid. I think what's his name? Cade. I think Cade should be able to come in and start over DJ. Leon Lele, however you say his last name.
Ui Ungulele.
Who is
just call him DJU.
I'm just calling him DJ.
DJU.
DJU.
We'll call him Clemson's backup in a couple of weeks, probably.
Yeah. So. I think Clay. Now you got me saying Clay. I think Cade should be able to come in and start. In my opinion, I think that's their better option. They played a whole lot better with him. They ran different sets. They had him running and throwing on the run, and I just think he had a way better game. I can't contest to how their spring practice and fall practices went between them two, but from what I saw when it came to game time, I think Klubnik had the upper hand on that.
Yeah, we pretty much have the same teams, just in different orders. I've got Georgia at 1, Bama at 2, Ohio State at 3, Michigan at 4, and Clemson at 5. Pretty much all the same reasons that you had. So there's really no point in me wasting my breath on it. I'll move us into 6 through 10. I've got Notre Dame at 6. I've got A&M at 7, Baylor at 8, Oklahoma at 9, and USC at 10. Notre Dame in the AP poll is ranked currently number 7. I think last week they might have been number 5.
No, they're number 8 right now.
They were number 1, 2, 3. They were number 5 last week. They're number 8 right now?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've got them at 6. They dropped one spot in mine. They lost to Ohio State by 11, and they were winning 10-7 at one point. The spread on that game was 17.5. So Notre Dame really came out and actually overplayed what they were predicted. I understand they lost, so they should drop. But Ohio State, they also technically dropped. They were number 2 in the AP last week. Now they're number 3. I just don't see dropping them too terribly far for that. A&M, Baylor, and Oklahoma. I think I had those 3 in the same order last week. A&M, Baylor, Oklahoma. They did move up with Utah losing to Florida. I did end up moving them into that ranking right there. So what are your 6 through 10?
Yeah, Baylor, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and Texas A&M. I'm gonna start off with A&M real quick. I think their defense impressed me a little bit. Their offense is not great at all. I don't think Haynes King should be the starter necessarily. One big
Max Johnson.
One big hit for Haynes King, and he's probably out for the rest of the season again. He's fragile, right?
Yeah. I think A&M's defense should be good this year. I wasn't really impressed with them. Just I mean they didn't as Sam Houston didn't score,
Yeah, but
but it's Sam Houston, so they aren't supposed to
yeah,
score.
they. So the thing with that game is that going up to halftime, I was hoping that Sam Houston was gonna like start something up, but A&M's defense just kept holding them and kept holding them. Like I told you, I was going back and forth from I think Georgia or the Georgia Oregon game to
Yeah,
Sam Houston A&M for no reason, just because I wanted to see if Sam Houston was going to be able to start something and make it a game. Unfortunately, they never did, and unfortunately for me, anyways,
very
I wanted to see some drama.
Yeah, I wanted to see A&M lose. That'd have been fine by me. A lot of people just turned off the channel. That's cool. Uh, all right. Well, why don't you lead us into your 11 through 15 then?
So that's where I have Florida, USC, Notre Dame, Miami, Michigan State. USC, they played Rice. I'm still not completely convinced on them. Um, I still don't know how they're going to come in with Lincoln Riley on the first year. Now they were the best Pac-12 team to win. I mean, Oregon, Utah lost. Did not see Utah losing that game. I guess it was in Florida, so that hurt or that helped Florida for sure. But I still thought Utah was going to come out on top of that one, so that one really surprised me. Um, I don't know how they're going to run their offense this year. I don't know how great their defense is going to be either,
Yeah.
or if they're going to be
Um,
good at all.
I had USC at 10, and I didn't really say nothing, but I guess I could touch real quick. I think with Caleb Williams, Mario Williams, I think is also one of their receivers, transfer from Oklahoma, and Jordan Addison. I find it hard to believe that their offense shouldn't be fine. Once again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Their defense is what worries me. Clay Helton was not good at recruiting, not great at recruiting, anyways, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So I think USC could probably finish this season somewhere in the top 20. I've
Mm-hmm.
got them at 10 right now because they hadn't lost. I mean, we're 1 weekend. Really,
Yeah,
it's kind of right now, it's really just a, what do you call it, a
how
crapshoot. We're
yeah, it's
kind of
kind of like
just
how we
guessing.
feel
I
about it.
mean,
Yeah,
once we get 4, 5, 6 weeks in, we actually know what these teams are about. So that'll be good. My 11 through 15 is Oklahoma State, Michigan State, Arkansas, Florida, and Utah. Florida jumped to 14 in mine. They are at 12 in the AP poll. They were unranked last week. Utah was number 7. I dropped Utah for the loss. I bumped Florida for the win, but I dropped Utah from 7. Well, what did I have Utah last week? Um, I had Utah at number 4 last week.
what did I have them
Uh,
at? I had them at 5.
Yeah, so I dropped them from 4 to 15 for that loss. I think they should have been able to beat Florida. And then I feel like if I was going to make Florida ranked, it only made sense that they should be ranked at least one spot above the team they beat.
Yeah,
So I put them right there at 14.
and you had Utah
Uh,
at 15.
I have Utah at 15.
Okay,
Now
I just want to make
Arkansas
sure
at
I heard you right.
13. I do want to talk about that real quick. I put Arkansas at 13 last week. They were at 19 in the AP poll, and I think they were at 14 on my list. They played Cincinnati. Cincinnati was 23 in the AP poll. They beat a ranked team. I moved them up. That's really all that is. Me and Logan, we've learned the two of us have different kind of ways of ranking these teams. Um, I really take a lot of value in the quality of win or the quality of loss.
Yeah,
Who did you beat? Who did you lose to? If you lost to a really good team, I may still rank you higher than somebody who blew out a really bad team. I mean, say what you want. We'll get to Oregon later on. I still have them ranked. They got killed, but they got killed by the national reigning champs. They
mm,
weren't supposed to win. They weren't supposed to lose as bad as they did, but I didn't drop them all the way out. But with that being said, I just gave you, so I can give you. You've already done 11 through 15, correct?
Yep.
I'll go ahead and do 16 through 20, and then I'll pass it to you. I've got Miami at 16. AP poll has Arkansas. I've got Pitt at 17. AP poll has Pitt. I was kind of impressed with Pitt. I wasn't expecting them to be great this year. They lost a lot, but they're pretty resilient.
Their
They
quarterback
ended
was
up coming
good.
back and win. I was impressed with them. So they didn't do anything to impress me enough to move them up or drop them. So I just put them in the same exact spot. Uh, I've got Wisconsin at number 18, where the AP poll has NC State. Little precursor, I do not have NC State ranked at all on this list. They beat East Carolina by 1 point. That's a very bad quality win, and you barely won. And then I've got Kentucky at 19 and Ole Miss at 20.
Okay. No, we had mostly the same teams. 20's different. 18's different. I put NC State at 18, but I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest. I made this list late last night, and I probably just threw them in there where the AP poll was. I really don't. I don't know what I thought going into that one. But with that being said, I'll just jump in through my 16 through 20. I had Utah, Pitt, NC State, Wisconsin, and Texas. Y'all should have been ranked last week. Y'all should have been ranked last week. Last week I had y'all at 15, but I didn't drop y'all. No. Listen.
You
I
did
wasn't.
drop
No.
us.
No.
You turd.
No, listen to my reasoning here. I did not base this off of mine. I based this off of the AP poll on this one.
I did the same thing. To be honest with
So
you.
that's why I put y'all. I was like, there's no way that there's what they put 8 teams better than y'all. Like y'all should be ranked ahead of Penn State, Oregon, Houston, Tennessee, Wake Forest, Ole Miss, BYU, in my opinion, and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because
I actually did the exact same thing without even really realizing it. Is I didn't look at my poll from last week too much. I
yeah,
really just looked at the AP poll and thought, what do I think should be different? So, yeah, I kind of did the same thing. I did drop Texas technically in that case as well. But with that be, even though I did drop them, I also I technically had to move schools like Pitt, who won a pretty good game. I moved them above. I moved Ole Miss above, and then I put Texas higher than NC State and Cincinnati. So there was a couple teams that I would have maybe moved above Texas anyways, just because like Tennessee beat or Pittsburgh beat West Virginia. They beat
yeah.
a Power Five, Big 12 game school.
That's why I
Texas
put Pitt
beat
at
Group
17.
right. Texas beat Group of Five ULM. So I did drop them as well. Um, go ahead and give us your 21 through 25.
Now I have so I got BYU, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Houston, Tennessee. Tennessee's another one of those teams that I think should have been ranked to begin with. Not very high, but like 20s, 20, 25, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
I felt like they just needed to have that respect to be put on the list. I mean, AP poll put them at 24 this week. I don't see. I mean, I switched Houston and Tennessee according to them. Wake Forest, knowing what I know now about their quarterback coming back better than what he was before, they would have been on this list probably. I don't. I think I probably would have took NC State off and just bumped everybody up one, and not everybody. Probably would have put Wake Forest at 22 and kept my bottom three the same. Looking at what I
Yeah.
know now.
Yeah, I've got BYU. So you, me, and AP both all three have BYU at 21. I've got Wake Forest at 22. At 23 is where I have Oregon. Like I said, they did lose, but Georgia is a dog. They are the
Yeah.
dogs, actually. And I can't penalize them that much for losing. And they lost by a lot, but
I mean,
still.
they would do that
At
like 26 or
24,
27 in my book.
yeah,
But I didn't see a whole lot from Bo Nix that I liked, in my opinion.
there wasn't a whole lot to see.
Exactly.
At 24 is where I have Texas. We should have been ranked last week. I can't believe that can't believe we're not ranked this week. Is what it is. I don't care. We got Bama coming to town. Honestly, we play better without that number next to our name, so that's fine by me. And at 25, we got the fake UT. I've got the Tennessee Volunteers there. Uh, Josh Heupel's got that team rolling. They went 6-6 or 7-5 last year, but it's kind of misleading. They were pretty stout offense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them win 7-5, 8-4 games this season as well. One note on a team that I did have: Houston is number 25 in the AP poll. Why? I don't know. They beat unranked UTSA by 2 points in 3 overtimes. How that got them ranked over Texas's 52-10 win over ULM, I honestly couldn't tell you. UTSA was good last year, but they're unranked this year. So, what the AP poll is doing to make these rankings seems like there's not much thought into it at all. Logan at midnight might have actually put more thought than the AP did. But
I
you got
wouldn't give
anything else to add
myself
to
that
that,
much
bud?
credit. I still think Texas should be ranked higher than 20, to be honest. I just didn't want it to be like a stupid high number compared to AP.
Yeah,
And
I
having them
don't
ranked at
know
all.
where I would have put them. I mean, I had them at 15 in week 1, but then
Same.
everybody played a game, and it's like, well, do they deserve to be higher ranked than Michigan State? No. Arkansas? No. Florida? No. Utah? Maybe, but no. Miami? No. Pitt? No. Wisconsin? Maybe. Kentucky? Maybe. Ole Miss? Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of maybes, and I was like, I'll be the humble Texas fan and just throw us at 24 and
Yeah, I
call it a
didn't do
day.
that.
No,
I
you
was
didn't.
not the humble Baylor fan.
Anyways,
I, I just think Baylor is better than the teams under it.
no, we know. Better, better than Notre Dame. Well, y'all can find him at Patterson_3. You can find me at Christian H_88. And you can find our channel at LoneStar_CFB. Appreciate y'all.